Have you opened a custodial account but aren't sure what to actually invest in? You're not alone. Choosing the right investments for your child's future is a huge responsibility, but it doesn't have to be overwhelming. In this video, I'll break down the top 3 investments I personally use or recommend inside a custodial account. These options are simple, powerful, and designed for long-term growth. Because when you're investing for a child, you're not just thinking about the next 5 years, you're thinking about the next 15, 20, even 30 years. That long time horizon is actually your greatest asset. Let's put it to work. Before we dive into specific tickers, let's zoom out for a second. What makes a good investment for a child's custodial account? Number 1, long-term growth. You want to invest in assets that compound steadily over time. Number 2, low cost. High-fee mutual funds or active trading can eat away at your returns. Simplicity is key. And number 3, easy to understand. These are investments you could explain to a curious 15-year-old and they'd get it. Investment number 1. First up is VOO, the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. This fund tracks the performance of the 500 largest publicly traded companies in the United States. Why is this such a good option for kids? Because it's diversified, it's stable, and it's historically consistent. Over the past several decades, the S&P 500 has returned about 8 to 10% annually on average. That kind of growth can turn small, regular contributions into a serious nest egg. VOO has a super low expense ratio, just 0.03%. That means nearly all of your money is going to work, not to fees. Plus, it pays dividends quarterly, which you can reinvest automatically. For parents who want a set-it-and-forget-it investment that mirrors the U.S. economy, VOO is a foundational pick. If using Charles Schwab and you want to set up automatic investments, you will need to use their fund SWPPX, which is similar to VOO. Investment number 2. Next up is SCHD, the Schwab U.S. Dividend Equity ETF. This fund focuses on high-quality companies that consistently pay dividends. It's a way to build your child's account through both market growth and regular income. Why dividends? Because they teach an incredibly valuable lesson. Money can work for you. When your child sees their account earning income, even when the stock market is flat, they begin to understand what financial independence feels like. SCHD typically has a higher dividend yield than VOO, usually in the 3 to 4% range. It focuses on stability and value, which helps balance out growth-oriented parts of the portfolio. Like VOO, it has a low expense ratio. Investment number 3. Finally, let's talk about growth. For the tech-savvy future you may be raising, consider adding QQQ, the Invesco NASDAQ 100 ETF. QQQ tracks the 100 largest non-financial companies listed on the NASDAQ. Think Apple, Amazon, Google, Nvidia. This fund is more volatile, but that's okay in a long-term account for a child. Over 15 to 20 years, higher volatility or higher risk often translates into higher potential returns. It's a way to add excitement and upside to the mix. QQQ's expense ratio is higher, around 0.20%, but still very manageable for the kind of growth it targets. So how should you put it all together? Here's one simple strategy. 50% VOO for stability and broad growth, 30% SCHD for dividends and income, 20% QQQ for high growth upside. This gives you a diversified portfolio with growth, income, and future forward thinking. Remember, it's not about finding the perfect stock. It's about building a consistent habit of investing. The earlier you start, the more powerful these tools become. Whether you're putting in $50 a month or $200, the key is to begin. Subscribe to TinyTrusts for more videos on saving, investing, and building generational wealth for your children, because their future starts with what you do today. Arts.